Alright, I'm here. Solo casting for the time being, but maybe someone will jump in. I'm watching Goku go home against Chris G, Oompa Loompa. So John versus Chris in the semifinal of 1A. We're going to see who's going to face Emmett at some point, who won the other homeroom. And right now we're looking at Islands, Forests, Dissipate, Deathbloom Gardener, and this Combat Courier on John's side against the Combat Courier on Chris's side with 2 islands up. Is it a counter spell? We don't know. Oh, Chris Arsenic Water, you can commentate if you want. Puts down a forest and passes turn. So whoever wins this is going to face either Paul or DeWitt in the finals. It's probably happening tomorrow as the European Paul went to bed. And after that, Emmett's going to face the winner of that match and the winner of this match in the grand finals. First time ever, a best of 5 cross pod to see who's the king of the playground. Combat Courier sacked. Wing Commando wondering, why am I alone on the battlefield? Island played. Deathbloom Garden is going to be the play. Only other play is Hold Up Dissipate. Gardener comes down with the Death Toucher that fixes for any mana. It's a mana dork. Dissipate is some sort of counter spell. I'm going to Google it right now. Blue 1, counter target spell. Exiled. It's an exile cancel. And we have a whole lot of lands on this side of the battlefield. I don't know what's in the other. In Chris's hand. Swing out, Combat Courier. Probably gonna get sacked and go to the exile zone. Drawing Chris a card. Not much happening here for John P right now. That is a Eureka moment. Draws 2 and ramps. So John's going to have access to 6 mana next turn. Unless something gets countered with Dissipates. That should be the case. I don't know if my stream was off center the whole time. I'm messing with it right now. I have no time. These people jump into matches so quickly. Network Disruptor. Comes in and taps a permanent. You could tap a land if you want. Won't matter. It's not getting countered. Eureka Moment in response. Definitely doesn't want to miss out on that. Draw 2, put a land down. We drew, make disappear. So Goku's got 2 counter spells in hand. Ooh, Modern Age, just what you wanted right now. It's gonna get rid of a couple lands in the hand eventually. So 2 loots and then turns into a 2/3 flyer. Drew an island. This is one of my favorite cards to draft early consistency helper of a card. But Don will get beat down by flyers eventually if his plan is just to counter stuff. Make disappear, countering the arcane something or other, which gets a card through learning. Attacking for 3 in the air. Yeah, so when the opponent has the board and 3 mana, your counter spells aren't doing a whole lot to save you. Draws into a forest. John's really getting flooded. Machine Over Matter is a bounce spell that costs 1 less if you have a... It bounce any permanent. It costs 1 if you have... 1 less if you have an artifact. Which he doesn't. It's going to cost him 2, but he's got plenty of mana. Combat Courier getting unearthed. It's going to draw him a card. Hopefully, he is definitely looking for a spell to cast here. For the moment, Machine Over Matter costs 1. Could be relevant to bounce something right now, to be honest, before Combat Courier dies. Could be. Let's see if he casts it. Okay, he's got 5 mana to spare after this draw. Hopefully he doesn't get a 6 drop or something. Would you believe? You guys are watching it. I mean, I'm recording. It's an island. It's really bad luck for John. Nebelgast, a 3 mana flyer. Is he letting it resolve? It's gonna push the clock pretty heavily. He's on 3 mana, 1 color. I think John should counter it. It's very possible Chris can't play anything unless he gets land here. Oh yes, the flyer is coming after a draw step. It's going to give him a good feeling of safety, probably. And John is not likely to draw any lands. Well, many lands, I should say. There's already like 3 in the grave, 3 in the bin, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got access to like 11 mana with his hand and board right now. Is there ninjutsu? I bet there's ninjutsu. Looks like ninjutsu. Now is he using this to bounce the wing commando before it gets bounced? In a different circumstance, bouncing your own Modern Age wouldn't be that dumb. But he's saving damage here. He just really needs to find action, get rid of these 3 islands. Essence Scatter. John is doing some counter magic here. On the bright side, he's got a flying blocker now. Essence Scatter only hits creatures, of course. It's probably going to counter a creature on this turn. Maybe not that one, though. There's a 4th island. We're playing mono blue, apparently. Wing Commando. It's getting Essence Scattered. And this flipped Modern Age is protecting the sky from 1 damage a turn here. Eccentric Farmer. I'm going to say that John will not mind whiffing on land here. It wouldn't be terrible. Oh, a Spectral Adversary hit the graveyard. John just completely flooded. He's bound to hit spells now. Attacking with 2, trading 2 damage for 1 right now. It is 8 hits still. He's dead from this network disruptor. Oh, access to red is kind of scary for John. Because you know that unlocked card's in his hand. We saw quite a good Is It deck from Chris, if I remember. Looking at the builds. Don't know what's in Chris's hand. Attacking for 1. Down to 7. Chris thinking about, we don't know. I don't have a co-commentator. Everyone left me. Dirk went to sleep. He's European. Tome Shredder is hasty 2/2 for 3 mana. It gets bigger if you exile instants and sorceries from your graveyard. Now that Network's Disruptor's hard work just went to waste because that gain land put John's health back up to 8. Doesn't matter how big the Tome Shredder is though. There's a Death Toucher on the other side. Chris considering Surveil 1 draw card. What'll it be? Now Chris is up to 6 mana. Was stuck on 3 for a while. An Excavation Explosion, giving him a Power Stone, taking out the flying blocker, and all the offense, basically. Oh no. John with another island. Not sure what's coming down for Chris, but it's... I mean, he's bound to have some action here with the red cards. There's an Urza's rebuff tapping both creatures. He's playing it at sorcery speed, but sometimes you do that. Looks like Yeah, it would be lethal. There's absolutely no interaction with two islands in hand. And looking at the sideboarding, that was really a draw issue. He's got tons of 2 drops and stuff. I don't remember what he has. He has Behold the Unspeakable, he has the Black March, and he's got the Blue Adversary for rares and mythics. That's about all. Looking at graveyard. Thinking about taking away the geothermal cami. Still looking at the sideboard. Done. You just blame it on the deck and you click done. That's the way. This time it actually was the deck though. Chris still thinking about sideboarding? Van, a young man living on the streets of Rabanastri, hatches a plot to steal treasure from his sworn enemies, the Arcadian Empire. I think I don't know any of these words so far. He gets more than he bargained for when he meets Princess Ash, the sole surviving heir. Something about Final Fantasy. Game 2. Round 2 of Mega Draft 2 of Playground League. Raf's personal league, which he designed all by himself. Just kidding. Yeah, so instant speed magic for John. We saw the Essence Scatter dissipate last game. Desynchronize, I think it's opponent puts top or bottom, and maybe you get a scry or something. Clear Shot is the bite spell. Instant speed grows your thing. Not going to be used on anything in hand right now. Network Disruptor. Tap your tapped land. We have an Eccentric Farmer in hand. Mills you 3. Maybe get you on. Consider to find a land? Did he keep a 1-lander? Bite down? I mean, this Eccentric Farmer is going to clear shot and bite down stuff. That's what it's looking like right now. Oh, you don't want to see that. 2 Kamigawa creature sagas in the graveyard. One of them basically a rare level, Behold the Unspeakable. And the other one, Modern Age, which is a very handy card. It hits the graveyard. Shadow Beast Sighting, not a bad thing to mill. It's a 4-mana 4/4 twice. Well, 7-mana 4/4 and a 4-mana 4/4. This time it's a 4-mana 4/4. Kind of just what the doctor ordered. I like John's position right now. He's got counter magic. He's got the board, basically. He can clear board. And, of course, Chris being on 2 lands doesn't hurt his cause either. Looking like we might get a game 3. So maybe I'm right about Chris keeping that 1-lander. Forest. Who needs your sagas in the graveyard when the opponent has 2 mana? Notably, the spell that was countered acts as mana, for instance, in sorceries, I think. We got Condrix Cultivator, ramps you. Use little Simic hybrid mana. This is all but done here. We're going to see a game 3 to see who makes it to the final of Mega Draft 1A. It's just lights out if he taps out, and he doesn't have to do anything. Well, we had one game where Goku's deck did not cooperate, gave him way too many lands, and one game where Oompa Loompa's deck didn't cooperate and gave him way too few lands. I know Chris Oompa Loompa's deck is strong. I saw it, but nothing you can do about that. John Runs it back. I don't think I saw him sideboard. We're going to game 3. What's in Chris's hand? I don't know. I could look at his stream, but let's pretend we're John. Forest. Island. Decent cards. Ooh, that Snare Spinner should be handy against what Chris is doing. Lots of flyers. Plays nothing. Oh, great draw for John too. And Needlethorn Drake. He's gonna hold up Essence Scatter though. That's probably a good idea. Maybe not a good idea. Depends if Chris plays a creature exactly. But a Needlethorn Drake isn't exactly putting a big clock in anything. Phyrexian Espionage is a DMU card where you can pay black mana to, I think, make opponent discard. I think you pay 5 mana, including black, to make opponent discard a card as you draw. Like a divination. Talus Lookout gets you, I think you look at 3 and keep 1 when it dies. Essence Scatter on the very forgotten about wolf card from Strixhaven. Needlethorn Drake represents all the power and toughness on the entire board. What's Chris gonna do? Shocking. Shocking. Looking like Talus look. Oh, he doesn't have a second blue. Can't do Talus Lookout. Snare Spinner coming out. Really good from against what we've seen from Chris, as I mentioned. Urabrask, that was his pick 1 in the very last pack, SNC. It means Goku has... Oh, he's holding it back. Goku has to play every card that gets Impulse drawn from the top, or else he loses it. And basically, Chris gets an extra draw in the form of Impulse Draw from now on. There's no answer to Urabrask at the moment. That makes it interesting. That makes it interesting. It's on the field. The counter magic's not going to work. We saw some bouncing from John. Phyrexian Espionage getting kicked for 5 mana, so Oompa Loompa's going to have to discard a card, but not too big of a deal when you're drawing 2 a turn, basically. Gets rid of a bounce thing? Bounce? Draw a card? Bounce card? I don't know. I think it's that. A land is exiled. Probably going to be played for a turn. Is it a grotto, though? Does it take away mana? Oh, no. Yeah, it's a grotto. You don't have to pay for that grotto, though. Scry. Or do you have to pay for that grotto? No, you don't. The Phyrexian Praetor connecting for 4. What's it going to be off the top? You play it now or you lose it. It's an eccentric farmer. I guess it's going to get played. Interesting, Urabrask. You don't see it survive too long and like make the opponent have to play with the top deck, but I guess it's working. I don't know what Chris has in hand, but if it's any instant interaction, he'll gladly swing, I guess. Yuck, land. That's not interesting. Is Urabrask gonna swing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power on board. If it's sorcery speed, I'll just play it now, probably. Rooftop Nuisance. Love me that card. Taken 4. No problem. So this cycle of Praetors hurt the opponent and helped you in kind of opposite ways. Like the Elesh Norn shrinking theirs and buffing your creatures. Wait a second, it tapped him out of blue. I don't think John meant to do that. He hasn't developed the Talus Lookout forever, even though he has 3 blue on the field now. Startle makes a zombie. Decayed zombie. Oh, that would have been great with Rooftop Nuisance, the Decayed zombie. Came in the wrong order. Card advantage adding up here. With just a bite down, nothing you could do against this Praetor. That was a bit of an auto-tapper issue for John. It's too bad because Palace Lookout being stuck in hand here. There's ways to deal with Urabrask, barring any instant speed stuff. Startling, that was face up, so still only one creature dying besides that unearthed guy. Oh no, 2 creatures dying if you include the unearthed guy. Decides to have the 1/4 stick around. The unearthed thing, I think it... Yeah, it just gets haste and it's a 2/1. I don't think there's anything else to it. You can bounce creatures up to your hand. That's not exactly what you want to do. Oh, of course, he's doing bite down instant speed. I didn't even think of it. I don't know why. It was the only play. But, does Chris have something? Urza's rebuff. That's huge. That's huge! That's a scatter face up, not against... You can't do this against the counterspell deck, Urabrask. This game was looking great till Urabrask, and now no answer to Urabrask. Great for Dawn, I should say. And Urabrask just changing the equation with the resources here. It doesn't take away... It didn't really take away any draw from Goku, but made him play whatever got exiled. That's a game ender. I remember that one from looking over the deck list. That is not something you come back from very easily, especially with no cards in hand. Portal to Phyrexia. It's gonna mean GG in very short order. And we're probably gonna see Chris G versus the winner of Paul and DeWitt, who are playing tomorrow, as I understand. I'm hoping to record that thing. I don't know when they're playing though. And that match will determine our winner. Every turn for Portal Phyrexia does a reanimation, so this game should be over soon, probably. Hovering, good game. Not saying it yet. Spectral Adversary, you can make it gigantic. Concede. Alright, so it's going to be Chris G versus the winner of Paul and DeWitt at some point in the future. Hopefully you'll see it on my channel. That's all. Bye.